It's been almost 4 months since 6 employees of Impact Plastics were swept away in the floodwaters in Irwin and later found dead. Now, family members are speaking out, frustrated by the lack of communication from the company as they still grieve their loved ones. News 5's Johnny Nordello explains what some families are going through and how they're trying to move forward.
My mom was full of warmth. She's a nurturer, a counselor. She was the backbone of our family.
Guillermo Mendoza is the son of Bertha Mendoza, one of the 6 workers of Impact Plastics who died after the flood. He welcomed us into his mother's home, heartbroken with the void left by her absence.
We've had to figure things out on our own and figuring out ways of, how do we move on from someone that we, really depended on emotionally, spiritually.
Guillermo tells me his mother, Bertha, was found on September 29th, 2 days after the flood. Since then, he says the communication between leaders of Impact Plastics and his family has been limited. The most recent interaction, a voicemail from the company's CEO, Gerald O'Connor's daughter, expressing her sympathy and asking him to call her back. Guillermo did not respond.
I really don't want to call back. It's not O'Connor apologizing, so I don't need an apology from anybody else.
A few weeks after the flood, Guillermo's father, along with other employees of Impact Plastics, received their last paycheck and gift cards for McDonald's, Pals, and Walmart, totaling $100. Robert Jarvis was an employee at Impact Plastics who made it out alive when the flood hit. He says the gift cards, along with lack of communication, makes it seem like they don't matter.
They didn't even ask how I was doing, if I made it out okay. I never heard anything like that from them.
Jarvis tells me he chose to move to Massachusetts because staying in Irwin after the flood was too overwhelming.
I mean, every time it rained, I would shake. I couldn't face anything after all that happened. It was really hard on me to stay there, and I couldn't stay there.
Both Jarvis and the Mendoza family are being represented by Milberg Law Firm. Their attorney saying they're working around the clock on this case.
We're being very deliberate in how we approach this case, and we'll leave no stone unturned, and then file suit in the coming weeks.
I reached out to the lawyers representing Impact Plastics for a statement, but as of this broadcast, have not received an answer. Guillermo says his mother was a loyal employee, but no amount of gift cards or money will be able to compensate for the loss of Bertha.
You just felt that warmth, that mother warmth of, I'm here for you. And I think people don't realize that, sometimes the good workers sometimes end up paying the price.
In Irwin, Johnny Nordello, News 5, WCYB.